I'm outside while the kiddie pool is filling up, and I thought it'd be fun to just do a little backyard chat and kind of catch up. I have a few things I'd like to talk about. If you're new here, just ignore the road noise, or you can do what I do and just pretend it's relaxing ocean waves coming in and out as you sit in the shade. We live really close to a highway, so. I've already forgotten one of the things I wanted to talk about. I knew there were 3 things, but I'll just tell you what happened to me today. So, went to Walmart with all 3 of my kiddos, and we were way back in the back of the corner of the store, and I noticed that Wyatt, my 2-year-old, only had on 1 shoe. He was sitting in the cart. So I started backtracking. We had weaved all through the clothes and random aisles to get towards the back. So I backtracked all the way to where the buggies works. I knew when I put him in the cart, he had both shoes on when I used the little sanitizer wipe to wipe it down. I didn't find it, so I went to the customer service desk and asked, and I was going to give them my phone number, but I live in Arkansas and I have a Texas phone number because it's the same cell phone number I've had since I was a teenager, and they said they couldn't call it because it's a long distance number. I'm like, really? Walmart can't call a long distance phone number? So I continued shopping and came and asked again on the way out, and I still hadn't found it, but I'll call back later and hopefully it'll come up. I mean, it's just an Old Navy flip-flop, but he wears them all the time, and I'm not buying a new pair halfway through the summer. He does have a red pair too, but anyways, I needed to go back to Walmart again anyway because I bought 2 Father's Day cards, one from me and one from the boys, and when I looked at the receipt, they were $5 each. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $5 for a card. We'll make one and he'll like it better. So anyways, I need to go to Walmart again. Yay, Walmart. So that's one thing, lost shoes. I also want to update on Nora. She is about 9.5 months old. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw her crazy army crawl yesterday or the day before. She's just pulling herself across the floor, and I said on Instagram that it reminds me of at the end of The Little Mermaid when Ursula turns back into the octopus and angrily pulls herself off the boat and splashes into the water. That is exactly what her crawl looks like. So just picture that, and that's how Nora crawls. She has no teeth at 9 months old, almost, well, 9.5, yeah. But these bottom 2 are really trying to come in. But the biggest thing with Nora is all her food sensitivities. I have cut out dairy, soy, eggs, and peanut butter, because peanut butter is very closely related to the soybean, so if your baby can't handle soy, there's a good chance it can't handle peanut butter either, which I think dairy and soy, they're pretty hard to cut out, but I think peanut butter and eggs have been hardest because I cut them out later and I'd already adjusted to no dairy and no soy, and they were a big staple of my diet. So I'm hoping that around a year I'm going to try to add eggs back in and see how she does with that, and then maybe peanut butter. And I think, she can, hopefully she will grow out of this and it won't be a long-term problem for her. Because, for me, whenever she quits nursing, then, I can eat whatever again. But for her, I really hope she grows out of it. I know that I had a dairy sensitivity when I was a baby. It didn't affect, my mom breastfed me, and I don't think it affected me when she was nursing, but later on, I know she made things for me with goat's milk and things like that. So hopefully it will be a short-term problem for her and not long-term. I think a lot of people probably expect me to wean her sooner than I did with the boys because of her food sensitivities, but I do not plan on weaning Nora any earlier than I did the boys. Logan nursed for 25 months and Wyatt for maybe 20 or 22, I can't remember. So I'll nurse her until she either self-weans, or around 2 years is when I really hit my limit and I'm like, okay, you gotta stop. So that's where I am with nursing Nora. I posted a kitchen cleaning video actually earlier today And I looked so terrible in that video. I put some lipstick on for today, so try to, you know, redeem myself a little bit. But I've been playing outside with the boys, and my hair had been wet, and yeah, we had fun yesterday outside. So at the end of the day, I looked a hot mess. But in that video, I showed my crock pot at the end of what I was cooking, and Angela, my friend, commented and asked if I use my crock pot very often, if I'd share some recipes. So I think I'm going to try to do a little crock pot roundup. I'm going to kind of go back and kind of explain that one a little bit. And I have 2 other things on my menu this week for the crock pot. It's so handy to not have to be cooking around supper time, because that's when my kids are going crazy. And there's, you know, less dishes and all that. So I'm going to try to share a crock pot roundup soon. And I have some other videos that I have really been wanting to make for a while. I'm going to try to make. I'm going to try to share my reorganizing my baking cabinet. It is crammed so full of who knows what. So I really need to clean that out. So I'm going to try to share that process. And another thing is, I've really been wanting to make for a long time now, probably over a year. I've made notes and thrown away notes for this, and so I'm going to try to sit down and make a video on motherhood and depression, everyone's favorite topic. It's something that's hard to sit down and talk about sometimes, and so I really want to do that. I considered making it a series, but I really don't think that that I'd ever do that. I'd ever get around to it. So I'm going to try to sit down and make just kind of one video. So what else would you like to hear about that topic? Anything about, I don't know, I already have kind of a line out in my head of what I'm going to talk about, but so those are some things I have coming up. I really want to try to start making more videos. I'm sure I've said that before. I usually make 2 or 3 and then don't for a month or 2. But things are really kind of starting to click together around here. I've heard people say that the transition from 1 to 2 is harder than from 2 to 3. But that is not the case for me. The transition from 2 to 3 was really, really hard. And probably the age gap had something to do with that. But so anyways, she's 9 months. Sleeping, she gets up about once a night, and so things are really starting to get better in my life. I'm starting to get my act together, so I thought my battery died. Nope. Okay. Anyways, I never remembered the third thing I wanted to talk about, so I just rambled hoping it would come to me, and it didn't. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the water now, and when the kids get from their nap, we're gonna come out and swim some more. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe for these upcoming videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!